All right, so I have my paper taped down. I got it as flat as I could, still a little bubbly. I have a butcher tray full of gouache, and I didn't lay it out in any particular order. I kept finding colors that I wanted to use, but I just wanted to, because part of my what I've wanted to share with people that I paint on YouTube with is part of it is my experimentation with these products. And I don't always want to go, doesn't always have to be start to finish, I don't think. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in, we've got some light petals, and this is a zinnia, and I'm trying to preserve the, okay, this goes down to the middle here. Trying to preserve, let me see, kind of carve that into a, trying to preserve the darker part, the darker, more translucent under part, and not cover it completely. But there's a swath of bright flowers here. So I'm gonna just kind of follow along. I should put my glasses on and put the bright parts of the gouache in where I feel like they will benefit the painting. Okay, there's this one curls up. This is I know that this is a lot more detailed than I have been working in, but I generally, when I paint in oils, it was much more detailed, and I'm kind of missing that. So I started out with a more detailed watercolor, which I've only done really more abstract-y kind of things, and I liked it. But I felt like there were some things that just weren't happening in my painting, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing now, I'm not liking that. I wonder if I can wipe that out. I can. Is attempting just to bring in where the highlights are. And some of these I'm using this big filbert brush for, and the other little areas, and you know, I always forget with gouache, it feels so much, it's like a mix between acrylic and watercolor, but it does need to have some water, or should use some water to activate it. Let's see. Yeah, because it also dries super quickly. So let's mix up, because I'm only wanting to do, I don't want it to look like a cutout, but I'm just trying to add the very highest highlights here. And let me see, wipe off my brush and just kind of what do you call it? Pull that in there so it looks, there we go, a little better. So it looks a little bit more like it's not just a cutout. You know what? I'm going to leave that there like that. If I start to get too crazy precious with this, I know I'm going to ruin it. I can tell right now. But what I'm trying to do is have a nice little combination between gouache and watercolor. And I want, since I did spend some time doing a lot of, I outlined the whole thing, and I will have a digital download in my Stan store for you to use if you want to do this. The sketching took a while, which is why I want to give it to you to, if you're interested in trying to do this, by all means do. I love to share my work and see what other people do. All right, so I don't want to lose all this. Let's see. Is that enough? We've got, that's defining it a little more. I could see myself going over this with too much gouache, and that is going to frustrate me if I do that. Let's see. I do want to brighten this up though, so let's see about just dropping in a little brighter. You know, I don't want to obliterate, like I said, all of my watercolor because, well, it was a lot of work. But I'll kind of let these show through. I wanted to use these to add shape to the flowers where it needed it without covering all the watercolor. And I feel like I am covering a little too much of that. I'm liking this transparent part showing through right here. I'm going to, this is a flipped over petal, so I'm going to leave that. And I think I'm going to leave that the way it is. And these are the back of the petals, kind of, they're funky in the picture. And I didn't want to change them in my painting. Let's see. This is a darker orange, but I'm going to leave it in the background, and I'm just wanting to go over this with, let's wet my brush and get some bright yellow. The head on this flower is pretty neat. It's just covered though in little yellow, bright yellow flowers. I probably should even mix that with a little white to kind of make it really pop. Let's see. These little detail brushes, I ordered these off of Amazon, another one that was like during Prime, and they're pretty neat. Not these Dugato liner brushes. I was playing with those. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there, and let's see. The other one, this pink one, has a nice yellow center, and it's lighter here. It's got this very light, oh, clean your brushes. Clean your brushes, people, in between, or you're gonna end up with yellow and pink, which is not what I'm not going for peach. Let me get a smaller brush. This one's a liner. I'm gonna end up cutting some of this video out. I thought I had a small round brush. Let's use this and go like, take a little pink and some white, because I want the pink to be very light pink. And we're just gonna go like this. I should have even done it coming in. You can do it towards the center like this. And let's see, there was one up here. It was a big one, a big petal there. White one here. Let me mix up a little more. And we've got, see, it was even more pink, but it's fine. This pink The outer ones are more pink than red, but I am not worried about that. I just want to introduce, this one comes in. There we go. It should be a little more round. So I'm gonna round that up. It's different when you are painting detailed flowers rather than the abstracty stuff that I do. And that one's gonna go like that. And I'm gonna come around, just highlight some of these are out like this, and then this is gonna come in here. Now what I'm gonna do is I wet my brush and wiped it off because I want to actually blend this one a little bit up into this petal. There we go. Those I don't want to blend. And this one, I think I'm going to leave that. I like the background on that. I'm going to leave that. This needs, I've got a little more pink coming out this way, so let's go like this. And there's one more this way. And you want these all coming in towards your center, which is right here. All right, I like that. This is a little pinker in my photo. I don't know if I want to go in with maybe just, let me see, get some magenta here, and just kind of, I'm gonna lose a little bit of the transparency because I'm throwing some gouache in here, but I'm kind of balancing out. This was a more pink flower. That's a little more realistic to what the flower looked like. Now I'm going to put the middle in, which is again a bunch of yellow. Let me see, some dark yellow. I'm just gonna boop, dot this in. It's a pretty big center there. Okay, so this flower, I called and showed this to my daughter and she's like, this looks wrong. Well, in the photo, it's the top part is flat, but it doesn't translate well. Sometimes when you try to paint things, they don't translate well. Even though that's how they look, you shouldn't always. Sometimes you need to not paint things how they look. Does that make sense? So this has some great petals that are rounded off here and coming over this, hunching over like this. And I am going to kind of highlight those with my gouache. Hopefully it'll help it translate a little better into a flower that is coming forward. Let's see, it's just like this. I think it even needs more. Sometimes I make the mistake of going in with just too much white, but with this gouache, it kind of, when you add it to watercolor, it doesn't pop like, say, gel pens and stuff like that. There's another one here, another petal that's like that. And here's what, there was one back here. There we go. Boop. And this one is kind of let's see. This is really the reason why I ended up coming in with these gouache, was this actual flower in the painting was a little irritating to me, the way that it wasn't translating, but I don't know if this is doing it for me. Let's see. This, I'll bring this down here. Make it look like he's cupped over, which he is. And here and over here, you've got kind of light right here, but it's more pink. Get some pink in there. Let me get some more pink. Here we go. This is like a bright pink, and kind of bright in there. That, let's see. Get these going in the direction that they should be going in. And this one actually comes down like this. Let's see. I don't want to come in with too dark, but that's how that's looking. All right. Well, I don't feel like I fixed that. Maybe there's a very dark part of green that is right here. I'm gonna go back to my watercolors and insert this because I lost this little spot where the flower petal is showing through the background. That might, sometimes you step back and take a look and try to find things that'll help convey what you're trying to convey. Okay, that, you know, I'm not unhappy with it. I think maybe I also need to darken the underside of that. I know this has turned into a different kind of lesson on painting, but sometimes it's interesting to start in the middle and see. I'm always fascinated with like detail work that comes out at the end. Okay, this also had, there we go. This goes up here. Even a little further around. There we go. Okay, I'll keep that like that. That kind of, let me see, come across here with a little, this is more of a, I just threw the bouquet away, so that's upsetting because I could have kind of looked back. There. I am going to leave it like that because if I mess with this too much, I could put some hot pink. Maybe I will do a little, let's see, because that pink got a little red there, but I wouldn't be opposed to putting in a little hot pink here. No, that's not hot pink or light enough. Let's see. Just come in like this and like this. Again, I'm not trying to get rid of all my watercolor. There. Now we're going to rinse and just kind of tickle the end of the gouache so it's not a weird line. I kind of want it to run up into, and this is like a two-tone flower. I love it out in my garden. Add a little pop of the brightness there. Okay, so that flower is as fixed as, oh, I forgot. This has a little darkness in the middle too. Let's see. It actually has a very dark purple. That also might have been one thing that was not translating right. I know it's always helpful when people watch my videos and I'm like, what is wrong with this? Why is it not working? And they say, well, you forgot a stem, or you forgot to do this or that. And it's like, oh, you're right. Sometimes you need a different set of eyeballs to help you with those things. And this is a little more, let's see if I can get, it's actually a little more, I'm going to add some red, what do you call it? Transparent red. There. Transparent oxide, red oxide, because it's not a dark purple. Okay, good. I'm liking that better. I'm liking fixing this. Now one more flower. That one was bugging me. That actually looks like it's floating on there. So let me do maybe a thin, because you can also come in with gouache and make it watercolor like, right? So let's see about, let me see, about kind of maybe lightening the ends here. Oh, I see. I put them in a, here we go. This, okay. Round that a little more. I didn't like the way it, maybe do one more petal in here. Let's see. Oh, we want it round, so let me go like this. Brighten it up a little. Yeah, the white doesn't always translate with the gouache. Maybe even a little more. I don't want it as bright as this, but I do want it to show. So there we go. And I'm gonna okay, there, that kind of made it a little, knocked that back a little bit, which I don't want to get rid of it, but I didn't want, there was a huge contrast between that and that. Now, let's see. This has some really almost white pink at the bottom. This flower, this, and they're coming out to a point. Let me mix some of this up. And it's almost white. So I'm just gonna come out with these. It's like the end of the petals out here are real light, coming back this way, like this, and then they're a little bit here. I want to keep the points showing here. I don't want to overwork it, but there, that's enough for that. And let's see the other ones that I want to do. I wanted to do the orange one and this red one. Got the yellow. So let's see what we have. We've got a carmine red. I don't have a huge amount of reds. Okay, making sure I'm still taping. Let's do real quick. Well, I shouldn't do it real quick or I'm gonna mess up a lot of work that I don't want to mess up. Okay, let's do the orange one first. And we're gonna mix a bunch of yellow with a little orange. Oranges can be difficult to work with. Let's see, we've got the backs of these, and we've got this. This little guy is much brighter. Oh, I should actually be using, let me use this. This is my nice small, I know I have an even smaller filbert brush, but I don't know where it went. So we're gonna use this one for this. I might even add a little white in here. Maybe a white and some orange. Although that'll give you kind of a peach. I'm trying to keep it warm enough. There, that warmed it up nicely. Okay, let's see if I can get, there are a few petals that are real, yep, not bright enough. It's funny trying to make these, you know, coming in after. Oh, that's nice. That's exactly what I was looking for. So this one just actually goes like this, and it comes around and around. And there. And that is enough. I don't want it to be super, yeah, I had this one. You know, I don't want to mess up. This one was not flowing as much as I would have liked it to anyways, but I don't want to lose all the things that are going on underneath. So it's going to be better for me to just kind of very carefully, slowly add the petals where I think they should go instead of jumping in. Let's see, these are more orange. Yeah, this was a more difficult watercolor for me. There's a lot going on, and let me see, kind of keep, this flower got kind of cut off. It looks like a triangle. That's bad. Let me see if I can bring some of these. I mean, it's not bad if it was an actual triangle, but it's not. So let's wet this and let's see what I can, if I can just bring these out. Looks like, there we go. And bring that one out a little more. And this is pink under here. Let's see. It's supposed to go around this way here. There's There's a nice bright petaled one coming out down here. Let's go like this. You know, you're not, yes, it was my bouquet. Yes, I put it all together, but am I stuck with it looking like that? No, you can kind of look at your painting and see what it needs, because this did not need to look like a a triangle, right? All right, now we're getting into, this is more, gotta brighten that up. And I like these. These go into a dark area. This comes down a little more. And, oh, I've got, let's see, a real dark part back there. Let's see if I can put that in there. It's a little dark petal back there. And again, I don't want to obliterate. This has the back sides of some of these showing and the front sides. Again, it was a little more complicated. This is dark. I don't want to redo this whole thing. I'm gonna reestablish some darks in here, and then I will come in with some of the lighter colors, or with the, come around with these and wet this again. Again, gouache dries very quickly, very, very quickly. And I don't want to, let's see. Let me see if this is gonna work for, yeah. Just gonna come in with that, and we've got the back sides of these that come down to here. Okay. This is the center. It's a weird, this came all the way up here, down like that. I'm gonna ruin this. Let's see. Let me see about, I'm gonna come in with some white and some yellow on the top here to let you see that these are, this is the top and the back of these. And I know they shouldn't be white. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because these, they come down to this dark area. Oh, I'm not happy with that. Maybe, let's see. Maybe you're gonna watch me completely obliterate this. Maybe not. Maybe we're gonna come in with a little more. I'm losing my center. Let's see. Boom. Like this and like this. And I don't know if I can even come in with watercolor underneath. Let's see. Underneath this and reestablish my dark. It was like a purple and a blue. And a little bit of red, transparent. Okay, let's see. The bottoms of these, this was a very strangely shaped. flower. And hard to paint. Let's see. This is coming up here, and this is coming up here. You know, I might, because I'm getting frustrated, you get to see me do something totally different. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to make this a front-facing flower. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna go like this. Okay. So here we've got the center. And what's nice is that's dark already underneath it. Let's see. In the center. So it's actually giving it a little bit of dimension. Okay, let's see. And I'm gonna lighten up this area of yellow around this. Sometimes you've just got to do what you got to do. Okay, I might even come in with a little more brightness with this. Okay. And a little more of this beautiful yellow. Okay. Maybe even come in with an even brighter yellow. It's got a little bit of that red put in there, but okay. There's the yellow. And now we're gonna do light flowers. They're gonna be lighter in the middle, and they're gonna go around it, coming out like zinnia do. Let's see. I hope my head's not in there. Now we're gonna have to make it like an orangey yellow, but lighter than the backside. And actually they have, zinnia will have these little flowers that come up. Let me see if we can do this. Gonna need two. They're the same value, and that is not helping. Okay, let's see. Boop. Boop. Okay. I want those to show a little bit more. Gonna have little ones going around there. All right. Let's see. You can hear, sorry, my dog's snoring. And I'm gonna then come in actually a little bit with these behind it, give it a little, oh, Winston, why are you snoring? Let some of that show through a little more. Oh, I'm actually much happier with this, with my correction on this flower. Let's see, we'll do very light, just kind of I like that better. And I like, you can see the red shine through. I'm gonna here take this opportunity to correct the shape on that. Still a little triangular here. Why is that? There, because of that. And maybe we'll pull this out a little. There we go. Oh, nice. All right. Not terribly unhappy with that. I'm going to come in though with just a little touch of darker in here. Not a lot. I do want to define this a little more. My imaginary flower. My zinnia. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Maybe even come in and do a little. Bring in. My yellow. There we go. Okay. That, I don't know. I'm a little bit happier with that than the weird shape the flower was before. So I like that. This, I don't know, I may just keep that watercolory, and I love these Cosmos that that I picked that actually look like that. They are outlined with bright pink. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is this red. This is a dark red. Boy, I wish I had. I guess we're going to use what works. Let me see about adding, does white, maybe a little yellow to this. Might warm it up. Let me see, because these are actually, this area is, this is like the back side of these flower. It is the back side. They're facing upward, and they're like this is a closed flower, so I'm not sure if I want to. I think I'm just gonna come in with, I don't want to make this a focal flower, but I do want to, I don't think that's gonna convey what I want, but I'm just gonna put in a little bit of the line work that's going on here. There are some lines coming down the backs of these. And this part though is really bright red, like this orange, but maybe if I just mix some of this in here, I'll get more of a bright, there we go. That comes all the way under to here, and then we have one coming up here. It's got the brightest part. It's funny, this flower. I should have either faced them all. It's like where you almost want to face them all forward. But that doesn't make any sense. So, I wanted to be kind of authentic to how the direction that all of these petals were facing, but this one was difficult. All right, this one has a flipped up back of a flower, and it's almost peachy. It looks like a light peach when this petal, that's actually very close to the color. It actually is a little lighter, so let's lighten it up. It's a lot lighter value-wise. So let's turn this one around and okay, that's turned around and this is light under here. Then these also were kind of light. There we go, coming up there. That dark part stays there. And then this is also got some light petals coming, or the back sides coming up like this. And then accent some of those. There, that I'm gonna leave, although let's see, let's do a little bit more red in here. Funny how half of this flower was the lighting just looks different on this, but goes around these. There, I've got a little bit of dark coming up here. There, I don't really want to, again, make that the focal flower. I like my focal flower that I ended up with here. I do like, although I think I'm also gonna, here, that's a little better. Come around here. The yellow was disappearing into the orange. So coming in with this white, it's giving it a little more shape. That's irritating. I didn't want it to do that. You know, sometimes when you're dotting and they end up being the same shape, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Don't want to lose. I'm liking the way the center is looking kind of authentic. What I am losing is the darkness around the bottom of that. So I wonder if I can come in. I'm coming in with an Indian yellow watercolor to bring that back out. I don't like losing the bottom of that. There we go. All right. If I were doing a live, I would say, am I done? Finish this, finish that. Putting my little touches on it. This dark red one, I don't, again, want to make that one a focal point either. But I did want to maybe take some carmine. Let's see. And let me see if I can lighten this up and do just a few of, I don't know if I have it dark enough. Let's see. I want to show the real bright. This is not dark enough. Do I want to darken it and put gouache over it? I do. Let's do it the right way. My mom always said, if you're going to do something, do it the right way. And what I was gonna do is just try to fix this, but I am going to find another brush. My goodness, could I have been less prepared today? No. All right, I'm just going to darken this, really darken this because it's in the shadow. Okay. And this should be, here we go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come in. Oh, I bet I could with the gouache. The gouache might react nicely with it. Let's see. We'll leave the edges, which is where I'm going to go real bright. And I'm just kind of filling in. I'm gonna even go in the middle. This is dark all the way out here, and it's these pretty ruffly leaves. All right. It's funny how some videos that I start that I'm like, this is gonna be a real quick, let's do this, and it ends up being a huge investment of your time. I hope you're enjoying this. I am, but wasn't really planning on such a long video. All right, so let's drop some dark purple in here because there is a nice deep center in here. And I can even come over it with some of the red. And all right. Might do a little reverse painting here. Okay, let's drop in some of this purple. Real dark here. Coming up here and it's coming out here. And back here. And this is also much darker. All right. Okay, so we've got, I wanted this to kind of run. There we go. There. Yeah. Now I'm going to come in with the brighter, let's see if this is gonna work the way that I want it to work. See, that's a pink. I should be using this. Let me see. Some red. Let me see if I can. I ended up putting this big bit of dark red there, and that's not what I want there now. So let's see. Let's try to brighten this kind of in a, nope. Let's see what I can do. Put too much yellow in there. I need like a bright cadmium red, but I don't have it in gouache. You know, I might just have to. Let's see about lifting this. This may be like not gonna happen, or it might be another pleasant surprise. Let's see. I don't want to use a huge brush, but I am trying to lift. There it goes. Lift this out of here. Let me see about lifting this part as well. I may just lift it and leave it. This is, you know, something that's new for me as well, but you know, it's conveying the fact that this is in the light and the other stuff is not. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go right here. Probably just wanted to do a very little tiny part like that. Good. And there's one little part right here that's lifted. Oh, actually, I'm liking that to give it, boy, we've done everything in here. Now we've got two more that are right here. Dip your brush, and I'm gonna do a little, you see, it's a little half circle is what it is. Let's see. I want it to look like the end of a petal. So there's one more. Nice. Okay. That I'm gonna leave because I've got the darkness that I want. I've still got a nice little bit. Let me push that one back a little. That's showing me a little bit of the lightness in here. Now this one, I'm just gonna leave it. Now I could go darker in here. I didn't put out any real dark gouache. I think I'm, at this point, gonna leave it. The only thing I'm deciding on is, do I want to splatter? People do splatter and it looks pretty. I think maybe little tiny yellow, maybe a little bit of yellow flower splatter, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Here is a nice brush. Do I want to splatter this? I'm liking the clean of this, but I also, you know what? Maybe I will splatter. I love these purple flowers. Maybe I'll do a little light, not purple, yellow. Let's do a little, let's see about a little yellow splatter. I hope I don't ruin it at this point. That would make me really sad. Okay. And I just want to do, let's see, just a little. I'm like afraid to do it. Let's see. Plus I have this very thirsty brush. I don't want to overdo it. Okay. That's where I overdid it. Up at the top, I wonder if I can get it off. I don't mind it, but let's see. Boop, boop, boop. There. Okay. And a little on this side. It's my super. Probably should have used a different brush. There. Now I'm leaving it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go a little more. Okay. Now I'm leaving it. And I'm gonna press off a little bit of that there. Okay. Doesn't have to be dark. That's nice. I like that. Maybe there. These don't need to be. All right. I'm going to leave it. That's it. That is the whole kit and caboodle. I may end up fast forwarding this. I'm not sure, but that's it. That is my end of summer bouquet. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much. I like to have you join me as I kind of struggle through all this because, like I said, for the 100th time, it's a new medium for me, and it can be intimidating. But I think sometimes you just need to get in there and experiment. So this is my experiment. I hope you liked it. Drop me a comment on any helpful tips that you have about gouache and watercolor. Thanks again. Have a great day.